Minasan, Akari nasai. Today, as the title suggests, I will cover what the performers of the Nijigasaki School Idol Club do outside of Love Live, including other anime, their solo singing careers, photo books, and even stage plays. Well, only one really does that last thing. For those with the bigger resumes, I won't go into every detail, but you can definitely use this video to see all the important things the girls do in their careers outside of the franchise. Also safe to assume if they have a solo singing career, they've also had solo lives, 2 to 5 of them. Pretty sure Akari has the most, and also most of them are part of Seiyu units or other live groups that they have definitely performed with. For even more details, you can check the videos I've made for their entire individual careers. Also, as the video progresses, you'll notice a lot of the girls work together in many different projects. Just one more thing before I start, most of the girls have weekly, bi-weekly, or even monthly streams all over the place. I'll be sure to mention the ones I remember or that I personally watch, but I know I'm going to forget most of them. It's a big group and some of them have multiple streams. However, majority also have personal YouTube channels of which you can find some streams on. If I missed something and you want to add in, feel free to leave a comment. Or if you're curious about a specific girl and can't find details about their stream, you can also leave a comment or message me on Instagram. The handle is the same, so I'm sure you can easily find me. So now, let's get into it with Aguri Onishi, who has had roles in the anime Spirit Chronicles, Maisetsu, Extreme Hearts, The Osa Newbie Adventurer, Loner Life in Another World, and After Lost, with her most popular character aside from Ayumu being in Don't Hurt Me My Healer, of which she also sang the opening for, also being her most popular track I believe. And I guess she did the ending theme too, but that was as her character. Sticking with her music, she debuted in 2021 under Nippon Columbia label, having one full album titled Do You Agree, a play on her name, Aguri, and then 8 singles, well technically 7, as the 8th, Eeny Meeny Miny Mo, won't be released until the end of April. You're going to hear that a lot in this video by the way. A lot of the girls have very recently announced new singles that will be out in the next month or so. With Aguri, she has done themes for the shows Spirit Chronicles and Don't Hurt Me My Healer, but also Sasuke and Peeps, Management of a Novice Alchemist, and the new one being a new season of Killing Slimes for 300 years. Aguri used to be in 2 different Seiyu units, SPR 5 or Supreme 5, starting in 2018, her being the yellow member, having 2 singles and an album, and they had their final live back in 2024. The other one being Prima Porta, forming in 2019, actually with 2 other Niji girls, as you can see. The group only really having 2 singles as of right now, and the group still technically being active, even if they haven't done all that much in half a decade, but Aguri actually left the group back in 2020, probably to begin focusing on that solo career of hers. But aside from voice acting related things, she actually used to be part of a beauty pageant idol unit known as X Nijiuichi, having 10 singles and 2 albums with them from 2013 to 2017. She's up at the top right by the way, it might be hard to recognize her since this was so long ago. Last for her would be her 2 photo books in 2021 titled Beginning Journey, and then the following year she had Tabi no Tochu. I guess also worth mentioning her weekly Agunan livestream with Kanatako, which can be found on the SecondShot YouTube channel. Next up we have Akari Kito, the star pupil within the group, having her first big role back during Blend S, even having a live show with the rest of the cast. Since then, having Tonikawa, Classroom of the Elite, Hanako-kun, Inspector, Adachi and Shimamura, Shadow's House, Gridman, Sudazure Children, the currently airing Blue Box, and the ever so popular Nezuko in Demon Slayer. Also going to mention her role in Wataten, being part of the Seiyu unit Wataten 5, with someone I'll be mentioning a bit later. But Akari has even performed with Pretty Derby a few times back around 2017 and 18, but since she became a household name, she hasn't really been doing too much over there. As a solo act, she debuted in 2019 with Pony Canyon label, having 2 full albums, 2 minis, and currently 7 singles, with the 8th to be released in May. There were also 2 digital-only tracks that I guess I should mention as well, with all of her main singles being anime songs. Themes for A Girl and Her Guard Dog, High School Prodigies Have It Easy in Another World, Adachi and Shimamura, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, and Chillin' in My 30s after getting fired from the Demon King's army. Akari actually being one of my personal favorite singers of all time. I love her music style. Like with some other Niji girls, she has an award under her belt, Best Supporting Actress in 2021. Then when it comes to photo books, Akari has quite a few. Love Route in 2020, Lumiere in 2021, My Pace in 2023, and then Akari Anniversary in 2024, showing off multiple swimsuits. Praise the Lords. Moving on to Akina Youtube, who honestly hasn't done all that much outside of Love Live, which is a shame. I think she has a lot of talent, and I guess some other people in the industry just can't seem to see it. However, she used to stream quite often on her YouTube channel, but since that little problem she faced in 2024, she hasn't been all that active. Well, she hasn't been active at all over there, instead doing live streams with Phonon Seiyu over on Nico Nico. But she did have a photo book, Aki Natural, in 2023. Next up, the very gorgeous Chiemi Tanaka, who has leads in 4 People Lie in Their Own Way and Sakura Quest. That one being one of her very first shows, even before Niji. Also being in 3 Leaves, 3 Colors, Extreme Hearts, recently in Quality Assurance in Another World, and currently in Ishida Season 2. No solo career, but she is in a duo unit that's fairly successful, and I personally enjoy their music very much. Called Not Cherry. I'm sure I don't need to tell you who this other person is, but if somehow you don't know, well, wait a few minutes and I'll be talking about her too. They formed in 2021 under the Atlantis label, which I'm pretty sure is the same one Love Live is under, having 3 mini albums, 3 proper singles, a new one being announced fairly recently, and 4 digital onlys. Having themes for 4 People Lie in Their Own Way, Gushing Over Magical Girls, and Quality Assurance in Another World. She has one photo book, Mika Kunin, coming out in 2023, low-key kicking off this Age of Love Live Seiyu, showing off the goods that we're currently in. Last up would be her monthly, I think it's monthly, stream on Nico Nico. Snack Chiemi Club, something like that, I'm pretty sure. You can probably find archives here on YouTube, but they're not official, so be careful. Now we have Coco Hayashi, one of the shining stars of the newer generation. She has actually had 3 separate roles in Promised Neverland, being in Rolled Die Star, MF Ghost, Tonikawa, and Villainous Level 99. But as idol fans, I'm sure you'd be more familiar with her roles in Wake Up Girls, Kiddo Pre-chan, and most likely Bang Dreams My Go being their drummer, actually being a live performer in all 3 of those franchises. Well, formerly for Wake Up Girls, as her group One Girls Run disbanded in 2023. Then with Pre-chan, she's also actually a live performer in Idol Time Prepara, which is like their sister show, both being in the Pretty series. She wasn't in the Prepara anime though. Also, no solo music career for her. She might not ever have one, as she doesn't seem to have an interest in that, but things can change over time. Someone is revving their engine outside, and this is why I never record during the day, but today I just had too much free time and I didn't know what to do with myself. Back to Coco, she does have one photo book, Coco Ichiban, in 2024. Unlike her teammates, she didn't really show off too much, most likely because she's a little too young right now, being the youngest member of the group. Fairly recently, she also joined 3 new multimedia projects, Voice and Stories, becoming part of a group known as Peekaboo, debuting the song Count 9, joining Assault Lily as a live performer, having a handful of stages throughout last year. Then the one I know the least about, something called Project Eily. And last for her, she's another one with an award, winning the Best New Actress award back in 2019. Now we have the honorary club member Hinaki Yano. Her most popular role was actually in Wonder Egg Priority, also being in Cannon Busters, The Elusive Samurai, and Quality Assurance in Another World. And some whack-ass show titles like I'm Getting Married to a Girl I Hate in My Class, A Salad Bowl of Eccentrics, and From an Old Country Bumpkin to a Master Swordsman, which actually hasn't aired yet, should start in early April. Currently in I'm Living with an Otaku Need Kunoichi, Medaka Kuroiwa is Impervious to My Charms, and Bihi Neko. She was also in Selection Project a few years back, and I'm pretty sure she's done some live performances as part of the Unit 9 tie, having the orange color. Then with Pretty Derby, she's the lead of Season 3, and basically the new face of the franchise overall. Outside of anime, she was a member of the idol unit Shiritsu Ebisu Chugaku for a little over a year, starting in 2010. Being known as member number 7, having 5 or so indie singles with them, unfortunately being a member back before they really blew up. Something she's had more success in though is being the lead singer of the group at Dusty Fruits Club since 2017, though I don't think they've been too active for the last few years. Then as a solo act, she has had 5 singles and 1 EP since 2021, and being on the Sony Music record label. No photo book from her, but I think we'll get one soon, and I'd absolutely love to see it. She has her bi-weekly streams on the YouDeal live channel. And finally, like the last lady, she was a winner of the Best New Actress award, Hinaki's being in 2022. The tiniest lady in the whole franchise, Kaori Maeda, has been making quite a name for herself over the last couple years. Her most popular character outside of Love Live is the titular character in the recent series, Ririsa, also being in I Got a Cheat Skill in Another World, Gushing Over Magical Girls, Backstreet Girls, Sao Alicization, Don Da Don, Tamayomi, Nagatoro Season 2, Fruits Basket, Reincarnated as a Slime, plus-sized elf, and demon slayer. Like many other Niji girls, she is also in Pretty Derby, and aside from Hinaki, I'd say she's performed the most over there. She was also in the Aikatsu anime back around 2016, though like with someone else I'll be mentioning soon, I don't think she ever had a live performance. But she has appeared in some stage plays for Assault Lily and Kimono Friends. She's a newer addition to the solo music career ladies, debuting in 2023 on the Astro Voice label. Having 3 EPs and a digital-only single, and well, like with Aguri, Maida's newest EP, I'm Ready, isn't actually released yet, but will be out on March 25th. Doing themes for Tsukimichi Moonlit Fantasy, Saving 80,000 Gold in Another World, and the currently airing show Medaka Kuroiwa. Hinaki being in the show like I just mentioned, and Ida actually doing the other ending theme. Kaori has 2 photo books, Otana no Kaori in 2022, showing us just how cute she really is, and then 2024 with The Scent of Love, showing us just how devastating a small lady can be. Soon she will have the little digital spin-off to that second book, titled Baby's Breath, which might actually already be out by the time this video is up. I'm also going to mention her being part of the final wave of the Warrior Woman photo shoot, Joyu Project, along with lots of Muse and Aqua Girls, and someone else I'll be mentioning in a little bit. Kaori is a huge gamer, having live streams everywhere. I don't think she does anything on her actual YouTube channel, but she is very active on the Seiyuu Esports channel. Next is Maria Sashide. Her most popular role would be in Wataten, also being in the Seiyu unit with Akari, having 2 albums and a single all tied to the anime. Also like Akari and many other Niji girls, Maria is part of Pretty Derby. Not performing at a proper live yet though, as she is one of the newer recruits. Sticking with live stuff, including other Love Live ladies, Maria actually had a lead in Kirato Prichan, specifically in Season 3. Being a live performer of course, also worth mentioning her lead in Asteroid in Love, then supporting cast in Beast Tamer, Aharen-san, Loner Life in Another World, Yoru Camp, and the currently airing show I Left My A-Rank Party to Help My Former Students Reach the Dungeon Depths. No solo singing career for her, and I'm not sure if she ever will, but she has had one singular photo book, Finder, back in 2023. Keeping it PG, despite clearly having big assets. With the recent boom of girls showing a lot more skin these days, we'll see if she follows that path soon. Honestly though, I hope she doesn't. Even if they are great assets, she just doesn't fit that description in my opinion. She's more of the cutesy innocent type. And believe me when I say I hate using the word innocent to describe someone, but it really does fit her image. Anyway, the same cannot be said for the next lady who is very ara-ara. Mayu Sagara, who has had 2 photo books, 2021's Natsu Nazuki and 2022's Izayoi, with a 3rd one on the way. No title yet, but with my luck it'll be announced the moment I post the video. Other live performing things you may know or be interested in include Wacha Primagi from the Pretty series, and being part of the group Smile Princess from Pride of Orange. Some more traditional anime you may know her from are My Life as Inokai-san's Dog, A Nobody's Way Up to an Exploration Hero, Warlords of Sigrifio, Teppen, and Idle Memories. Like Aguri used to be, Mayu is still part of the Seiyu unit Prima Porta, and has had the 2 singles with them, even being in some live version songs posted to their YouTube. With Mayu's solo activities, actually debuting fairly recently in 2023 on a Universal Music label, even debuting with a full album, Smile My Style. Since then, having 4 digital singles that were later repackaged together in the EP Suyugari. Currently having no anime music as a solo act, but she also streams very often on her personal YouTube channel, being a god tier gamer that I highly recommend you watch. Niji is full of gamers, but Mayu I feel like is actually the most talented when it comes to that. If you're having trouble finding it, just type Fun Fan Factory in the YouTube search bar or check her Twitter. I think she's also on the AmiAmi channel as well. And you know, I don't know why I wrote this after saying it out loud. I'm realizing that I'll just leave a link in the description along with other channels that the girls are on. Next up is someone I adore more than words can describe, Miyu Kubota. Definitely most known for being part of the Seiyu unit Iris under the Dive 2 label, sponsored by Avex, having the orange color and releasing a lot of music since 2012. Like 7 albums, and I'm pretty sure a new one was also recently announced. And then there's 25 singles, even playing herself in the Iris movie. With these girls doing themes for Wise Man's Grandchild, Magical Senpai, Kakegururi, Twin Star Exorcist, Magical Girl Site, and lots of Prepara. A little more on that in a sec, and they even won the music award at the 10th Seiyu Awards. Aside from this, she's been in the animes Jashin, Black Clover, Plus Sized Elf, Grimm's Notes, Wise Man's Grandchild, In Another World with My Smartphone, Let This Grieving Soul Retire, and Plunderer. Then being a live performer in both Prepara and Kirato Prichan. as well as the smaller series Shine Post, with the unit High Rain being the Red Lady, also being the most recent addition to the Uma Musume franchise. Hopefully we'll see her perform in that this year. No solo career for her, as I'm sure she's very busy with other music related things that she's in, but with photo books, buckle up for this lady. First book in 2019 is simply titled Miyu. The following year she had Katamichi Kipu, which isn't labeled as her second, but still labeled as a photo book. A few years later in 2022, on her birthday in fact, was Update. Then this year, again on her birthday, her third proper book titled Femme Fatale. Miyu streams quite often on her personal YouTube, though they unfortunately archived the last broadcast after the current one finishes. She's also got her Nice to Meet You program on YouDeal Live, then being on other various game streams scattered throughout the interwebs. Moving on to another personal favorite of mine, Moeka Koizumi, who is much more of a performer rather than a Seiyu, with her first role still being her most popular over in Review Starlight, being a live performer over there as well, also being in Piki Piki within D4DJ, and more recently Parabola within the Uta Goe series. More traditional anime include Odd Taxi, which she has also performed as in live action technically, but then there's also Nier, Fluffy Paradise, possibly the greatest alchemist of all time, and I Shall Survive Using Potions. Aside from the multimedia stuff, she sings with her agency's unit known as Mixed Juice. The agency also had its own solo album as well, and I'm pretty sure she was featured on it. I don't see why she wouldn't be, but she also has the Seiyu unit with her best friend known as HarMoe, debuting in 2020. Currently having 2 full albums, 1 mini, with a new one being announced like a week ago, and 7 singles. Doing themes for My Stepmom's Daughter Is My Ex, I Shall Survive Using Potions, possibly the greatest alchemist of all time, Fluffy Paradise, and the upcoming Zatsu Tabi. The theme for that last one will serve as their 8th single. With her, I also want to mention her stage plays. As I said earlier, big performer. Stages for Bloom Into You, Caller Malice, Come On No Friends, Otome Game, Toa Sugai, and Your Boy Kong Ming. She's only had 1 hard copy photo book, Kimi Yasumi in 2023, and then in 2024 she had a digital book with Young Jump titled Traveling. And last up with Maida, Moipi was also part of the Warrior Woman Joyu project, part of Wave 2 I believe. Natsumi Murakami, as I said earlier, is in the duo unit Nacheri with Chiemi, having a few lives and doing some anime songs together. Anime that she personally voices in include being in 4 People Lie in Their Own Way, Musical Dreamy, Slow Loop, Tower of God, and Quality Assurance in Another World. Getting her start with Aikatsu a few years prior to Love Live, I assume being a live performer, I just don't actually remember ever seeing her in a costume. And she's currently in a new season of Precure, so maybe she will eventually perform over there as well. She also streams quite often on her YouTube channel, doing some long streams too, also being featured on the YouDeal Live YouTube channel. She's also done some gaming streams promoting big companies, like last year with Sega doing some Sonic streams with Miyu Kubota. Nachan also being one of those huge gamers within Niji. Then there is her 2 photo books in 2021, her first one titled A Date Diary, and then 2023 was her second, Natsumi Memorial. That year also had her and Shu do a collab book where they took each other's pictures, sponsored by Seiyu Tomophoto. Speaking of that Australian beauty, let's move on to the final current member of Niji, Shu Uchida. Her most popular character was in Asobi Asobase, speaking some English there as well, but it was like purposely broken English in sentences. However, in D4DJ, her 1 episode character only speaks in English, which is really cool. What's also cool is in 2024, she had her first lead role of Jill in the Do-Over Damsel. Some other shows she's been in are How Heavy Are the Dumbbells, Alice and Zoroku, High Speed Atoll, and then Kantai Collection, which was her first character back in the day, even doing some live performances as them. And with Seiyu units, she is the 3rd Niji member to be in Prima Porta, still being an active member, and is also featured in those music videos on the unit's YouTube channel. Also to mention her personal YouTube with lots of vlogs and many gaming streams. So I did say Shu was the final member of the current day Nijigasaki, but as always let's talk about their former member Tomori Kusunoki, who would be the 2nd most successful in the group if she was still a member, having a pretty damn good resume. Her most popular character by a landslide is Makima in Chainsaw Man, but other characters you may know are in Misfit at Demon Academy, Seiyu Gun Gale, Tiger and Bunny, Zom 100, Wonder Egg Priority, Assassin's Pride, Spirit Chronicles, Spy Classroom, My Senpai is Annoying, The Vexations of a Shut-In Vampire Princess, and Yu-Gi-Oh! As for other live performing series, she has performed in both Revue Starlight and Project Sakai. She also voices characters in game and anime forms too, naturally. Also some smaller stuff like in Cinderella 9 and 8-Beat Story, though since stepping down as Setsuna, I don't think she's made a live appearance in any of those. With her solo music debuting in 2020, having 5 EPs since and 2 full albums, those albums even being released on the same day. She has technically had some digital singles, but those were always featured in the EP releases shortly after, so I guess more so being teases rather than single releases. Very surprisingly, not singing any Annie songs with this solo career. All of the tracks she has performed were as her characters in their respective shows. Also, no photo books for this lady, and I don't think she will have one. She doesn't really seem like the type to me. But we have all been shocked before, and we know if she does have one, it will sell very well. Then, finally, just like the lady who took over for her as Setsuna, Tomori won the Best New Actress award in the exact same year as Coco in 2019. And that's it for the ladies. Not going to do any closing thoughts on this one, as it was pretty self-explanatory. Not really going to do any fun facts either, but I did notice there was like 5 awards between the girls. Akari, Miyu, Hinaki, Coco, and Tomori all having some. That's pretty cool. Also lots of photo books, and you guys seem to like me showing off some of my photo book collection in the last video, so here's all of my Love Live books. Well, all the ones where the spine is on the right, as they do sometimes print them in the Western way with the spine on the left. I am currently using them to hoist up my camera for a better angle. And here are my Niji books specifically, hoping to get some more this year, especially the 2 from Miyutan that I'm missing, and hopefully at least one of Natsumi's other goodies. Also, if I grow a pair and actually start streaming with a camera once I hit 1500 subs, you will always see 3 books in the background, currently having these 3. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If so, leave a like, share the video around if you want, and definitely join me in the next one about the Bushiroad Seiyu that have photo books. Meaning like everyone in Bang Dream, D4DJ, and Revue Starlight. I guess I'll saw Lily too. I look forward to seeing you there.